has. Now, I think that the MAMBO game at #1 qualification towards the SWC by end of this set, we'll find out. Will it be the Gladiators? Will it be the MAMBO? Let's jump into game 1.
Thanks so much, J-Mac. And inbound, it's Gordsmith. Of course, it's Doug. As we jump into game 1, now they're going to loop around. You've got a good numbers advantage, about to be a 3-on-2. Johnny goes in, stunned down onto Jengaru. They want to get a little more. Apple thrown out. You need some damage, and they're going to have it. Kha'Zix will find first blood for his team. Now the chase onto Kiermi. Good leap, avoids the knockup, and that's going to get Kiermi under the tier 1. But again, a stray shot from Rapio. At least roots him out, knocks him away. You still have a 3-man advantage, about to be 4. Spudio can get here quickly.
Spend the majority of their time farming up, playing it slow, and then waiting for that one golden opportunity to play as a squad. Snoopy, aggressive. Spudio's low, but he's got the ult.
Shouldn't be in too much trouble. Jake has Snoopy, and Spudio's not committing to the ult right now. Takes a little bit of damage from the lurking in the waters, trying to hide it out, but just can't do anything about it. Is locked down, beats unnecessary, because at that point, what are you going to get away from?
I lied to you. Ultimate wasn't up there. Completely lost it. So great opportunity from Snoopy to fully commit to the aggression.
Unfortunately.
Gets answered by Johnny on the other side. I mean, that's essentially how you would expect this lane to go, though. Yeah. You expect Ishtar to be able to bully out Spudio. Pretty often we'll see Spudio use that ultimate defensively in answer to Ishtar's ultimate. But Ishtar has to play far up in the lane to actually get on to
Spudio might be in danger. Well, we mentioned safety, right? Ult and beads. And it might actually end up being Jake. Good wall.
Nice.
Catches out the dash as well. Wow, the blocks just barely. Jake squeaks through there. Now Johnny comes in, wants to find the last bit of damage. Can't quite close it out, but the dash, the dart, it should get him close. You've got Kiermi coming up behind you. Might be a better target. And instead blinks forward. He wants the kill, finds one. And now with Jake re-engaging, gets a second for Johnny. Now up against Snoopy. Might need a little help to stun. Buys some time and is holding out as best he can.
No
Dart
way.
goes forward. If Johnny makes it out of here with a double kill, he's getting away with murder, and no one can chase him down.
Johnny's a freak, man. That's not normal behavior. Someone check him, PC. Catches the dash from Snoopy to avoid death, puts on the juke shoes after dropping a double kill, whiffs Acorn, just essentially says, I'm not killing Jake. I whiffed my Acorn. Well, I'm going to go back to base. Oh, God, Kiermi's 10% HP right next to me. Jake has to reinitiate the peel, and now Snoopy's just dead?
Yeah, nothing you could do about that one. Hey, the ult was really nice. Got a stun at the end, but
wow.
Just got out of position. And look at that. Like, we were talking a little bit about experience. We were talking a little bit about gold in the farm for the Gladiators.
And that's why he's been hailed as the best jungler out of the EUSCC.
Well, Terra in a little bit of trouble here. Kiermi is going to try to close it out. You've got a lot of people chasing for just one kill on the support, and they're going to go for the Fearless Chain. They've got the lockdown, but they just don't have the damage follow-up, and now you've got Hex Mambo coming in, Johnny with a stun, and Johnny with another kill on the board, up into the sky, and who's he going to look for? Is he going for Jengaru, or is he going to go back for Jake? He opts in for the kill instead. Should be looking at helping take down the support. Gladiators down now 1-7, and it is not slowing down for Hex Mambo. The chase is on. Kana comes in. Kana knocked down because of it. All it takes is a little more damage. Oh my God, the jukes. They at least turn around Johnny. Big bounty off the board. And Jengaru needs to get out of here if he can. Aegis used damage there. The long range shots, but luckily the distance, if they feel confident. In fact, a lot of Hex Mambo have kind of abandoned this fight, instead looking for something else. Leap over the wall, the chase down. Fearlesses are going to be gone, and there's going to be the knock-up. Johnny wants a little more, needs the damage, finds it. Kills off Kana for the 10th one on the board for Hex Mambo. They managed to get the beacon, and now they might even have Kiermi locked down in a good spot. Leap from the Kamazats gets the distance. It's just going to be a blue buff invade, but Kiermi, rightly so, walks in, secures that, keeps it going for his team. At least a small victory in a sea of loss.
Really, really powerful. Pyromancer seems to be the target here for Hex Mambo. Johnny's nearby. He's not hitting it. Looks more to be baiting Jang out.
Trying to find something. Might have just found something massive in the beads, and then the kill. Rapio with the shot is going to be able to sneak that one onto his belt. Also sneaky. 3-0 now for the Thoth. And you had said it, as long as Johnny gets to live through it on right, if Spudio's not there, you'll have the damage, and they're going to have the damage. Now, it's about defending this Fury. Spudio sees it, has some damage that he can throw out. Kana's going to come around and look for pressure. Julio around the back. They're looking for it. Gladiators secure the Fury, but they have to get out with their lives to make it worthwhile. Seems like some of the distance is going to be good, but no, Julio with the leap chases down Snoopy. He's diving the tower, misses the sickle, going for the auto. Snoopy's dealing a little back, but you've got to have something. No, the tether doesn't connect. Julio gets it, but it takes a little longer than necessary. It's 2 kills, the dual lane for the Gladiators taken off the board, but they still picked up the Fury.
Like that little micro play from Julio, throws out the bomb.
Maybe something different that could happen in mid, at least for the 2 levels. Like you said, it's not going to last super long. Bat out of hell used by Kiermi. That's a resource and a half if you're able to burn it, and he is backing right here. He's going to get caught out, stunned by Johnny. I don't know what Kiermi was going to accomplish, where he thought he was going, but now the leap over the wall. Johnny waits it out. They get the kill. And Mifflin almost served up to him on a silver platter, almost more than Snoopy. Right here, body blocked, locked away, and nothing you can say about it. Spudio puts his 3rd up.
That's what no wards does to a fella. You just feel safe where you aren't, I guess. Kiermi loses track of the Hex Mambo and loses his life in exchange. And now Mambo with 2 off the map. Go ahead and start pushing down some more towers.
Is in, I don't even know if I'm going to call it the 1v1 because he doesn't care about Kiermi right now. He's going for the tower. Now he cares about Kiermi, but the rest of the team is getting aggressive. In fact, he solos him out. Bat out of hell.
That doesn't happen.
And it just does. I mean, he does exactly what he needs to. He gets a massive opening kill now. He's up in the sky. He's looking for the backline. He finds Snoopy, no problem. And the chase is going to be on the Gladiators, falling apart at the seams as Hex Mambo just go through surgically, eliminating anyone that stands in their way. They can't get the right Phoenix because the tower's still up. They can go for mid, knock that one down. They just need a little bit of tankiness. Julio plucked back, but it's just Jake and just Kana to try and defend.
Julio finally taking up the bird for his team. Should be able to absorb all that damage. I'm surprised they're even going for the bird. I thought it was walking to the Titan side.
Well, it might still be. You've got 18 seconds, 10 before Kiermi's back, and you might find another kill. Jake's low, and he passed towards the right. They're going to give that one up. Hex Mambo fall back.
The good Gladiators just have not shown me anything in the team fight. Gold Fury would just go to further line the coffers of Mambo, but we're looking at a Hail Mary from the SPL.
Well, they're trying to make something happen here, and Mifflin, unfortunately, something is happening, but it's happening at them. The Gladiators just cannot stand together. Separated fights, separated kills, and now 3 already gone. Hex Mambo dismantling the rest of them. Kiermi pulls back 1, but it's a deicide on the other side, and now with fire minions and 4 still strong with the fire giant, they're going to march down mid, and they're going to end this game.
If the Gilded Gladiators don't go for the Hail Mary, they're guaranteed another base defense attempt. And with so many towers still available, likely they would have maintained 2 of their birds. But because they Hail Mary, there's the GG we were calling for.
Hex Mambo, game 1, Mifflin. They start out strong. 20 more kills than what the Gladiators were able to put up. And 1 on the board in this best of 5.
There's a lot of dashes, though, so that is the positive, but it's not something like where if you're going to take down Hex Mambo or the SCC team's going to go up 2-0 and put themselves at match point. Let's find out with our casters, Gormizer and Mifflin.
Thanks so much, J-Mac and Inbound. That's right, it's Miff, and of course it's going to be Doug. So you jump into game 2, and Miff, game 1, it felt like a little bit of a stalemate for a while, and then suddenly things went very dramatically wrong. You had some control in the duo lane from the Gladiators, but not a whole ton. Now it feels like, and maybe it's just because Johnny is Johnny, but it feels like there's blood in the water, blocks off the Fearless teleport in, double tap damage, 1 more auto, first blood for the jungler on Hex Mambo.
Johnny was just biding his time. He knew Kana was going to step back up to that wave, because why wouldn't you? Tier resustains on wave, just pulled back in, baited forward. Kana goes to start the fight. He's elected to pick up beads in first slot, so he's got 0 gap close now. If you dart the gap close, all of a sudden you're at massive threat. It's got to be the ultimate, so anything that forces it is tough.
Johnny dunked down, Kana killed. Oh my god, the damage, the double tap, the spin, but whatever you want to highlight there, all of it done beautifully, and it's from the FG pit that Johnny comes and gives a visit over to the forces the ult as well from Snoopy. He maintains the beads, but I mean, you're seeing pressure already where pressure's necessary. Stun, double tap, spin to get some damage. Johnny doesn't have ult, but he doesn't even need it. Oh my god, the snipes! Spudio, he just looks so good. They're making montage plays.
It's not just Spudio. He got double sniped, Gore. Rapio hits him from the center of the map as well. I was wondering. No way, Rommel.
You have the teleport coming through from Kana. Julio is going to step up again a little bit late. They get the stun onto Johnny. Fearless Chain is good, and they secure the blue buff. Now up into the sky goes Kiermi. Johnny has to make it out of there, but he cannot. That's going to be a small shutdown. And finally, one on the board for the Gladiators.
Gladiators just needed to see one go in. That's massive for them. Kha'Zix off the mark with block. Will let Awesome Jake out of the hole this time. As blue buff, I believe, secured there by Julio and Kiermi. In some trouble, but it's catch and release.
Where Kana's able to and allowed to position. And then on the left side of the map, having that fight go your way as well creates a lot of a dynamic. Dunk down from Johnny. Hammer's going to get a little bit of damage. Hasn't used the wall just yet, so has the block off for Kana if necessary. He's holding on to it a little bit. Might be on cooldown for a little longer. Finally uses it. Oh my god,
what happens?
The damage! Holy! He takes so much, doesn't even make it into the sky, and Rapio comes over too! They all are getting their hand on the ball, Miff, and there's nowhere in the court the Gladiators can play safe.
Gore, it is not often I'm staring at the screen and don't know where the damage came from. 1 second Kiermi's there, the next he isn't. Is that just Hydra's procs? Is Johnny just doing that much on his own?
Well, Jake's trying to get something done on his own. I don't know if it's going to worry. In fact, it might go against him. Man, that plug. Luckily, he's got his dash, but it gets rooted out. Rapio, with barely any health, is opting to take this fight because he's got Johnny beside him, and Johnny's going to put up another one. The ult shot. Oh, Miff, it's 13 minutes in. 6-1. Hex Mambo have the kill lead. Snoopy doesn't get the stun he was looking for, and now he's taking a whole lot. If you get below half, this is going to be an easy call for some snipes. Spudio into the sky, connects 1. Aegis buys some time, but 2 finds exactly what you need. Spudio putting on the montage, and now Jake again trying to get out of here. Kiermi forced back to base. Spudio's going to get a tower, and there's nowhere for the Gladiators to make a stand.
Spudio's
controlling that fight.
Here comes Johnny.
And it was a 1v3 at the time. Johnny, or Kana, behind. Johnny dunked down, saves Rapio, who's taking a lot of damage. There is the Morgan Le Fay, and you get clipped by the wave, so that's going to be 1 kill finally for the Gladiators. And they can chase down a little more, but there's not a big opening for them. They're going to have to fall back. Pyromancer's available. They might be able to worm in an objective. Biggest thing right now, getting the
still
kill.
Unable to avoid it. As Kiermi considers a duo gank, and Spudio, he just goes at him.
Not only goes at him, has a 3-level lead, is finding the damage. Now Spudio needs to make it into the sky, can't quite get there. And it's a good kill, and then Johnny makes it into the air. Finally, things seem to be going right for the Gladiators, but they got to make it out of here. Snoopy in a little bit of trouble. Dash disrupted, and it's going to be a kill. Johnny, another on the board, and no Ratatosker to help with this one. Kha'Zix into the lurking in the waters. Johnny jumps back down into 3, and it's because he's got Julio. It's because he's got Rapio. It's because they've got the fight, and they've got the damage. They're going for Jankaru. They get rid of the mid laner. They keep these fights going. And again, despite how catastrophic it felt at the beginning for Hex Mambo, they pick up the pieces. They trade Spudio for 3.
Horses and all the King's men, and I don't think we're going to see the good Gladiators come back anytime, even with all that help. So it's just about finding farm on map. Kiermi trying his best to at least clear out some waves as Snoopy is just devoured.
Spudio wasn't even able to get in the ult in time to try and take that from Johnny. Johnny just kills Snoopy out fast enough. And now you've got a 4v5. You've got 2 over on right, none in left.
No Spectrals either? Goodness.
No Spectrals. Maybe no money to buy one. The Order Titan dealt with at the Tier 2. Chaos Titan isn't even in the neighborhood. Tier 2 on right is going to be proven, or at least proving me wrong. I thought this Fire Giant was going to be just kind of waited out for the rest of it, but as it trickles down, they get that last tower, and they're looking for a little bit more. Kiermi and Snoopy making a crazy play.
That's big.
They get the Phoenix. They just need to be able to stay alive. Johnny kills 1. And now he needs to teleport on out of there. Stays alive so far. Snoopy chasing him down. Wall to block it off and blocks him into the Phoenix. So Snoopy eats an extra shot. Johnny, though, just has to juke things out. Keeps on going. He lives through this engagement. Gets a kill, but they lose the Phoenix. Unfortunately for the Gilded Gladiators, with 1 dead, now a 2nd dead in Kana, in 1 just now getting back to base, they are able to march forward. No Fire Giant take down the right side bird, and they, Mifflin, have their Titan to march into the Titan room if they so please, and they are going to attempt 18 seconds until Kiermi is back. Hex MAMBO are looking to burn this down,
going
put
pretty fast.
themselves at a 2-0 advantage. Defense right now for the Gilded Gladiators, the only word, the only thing on their mind, and they just don't seem to have the damage to do so. They can't stall it out, and Hex MAMBO are now up
by
2-0.
Dodgy. So it is something where you have to kill the shield to be able to pull him off, or you're just not going to be able to really deal with this Lance. Gilded Gladiators slow them down and push us to a game number 4. Let's jump in with Gormizer and Mifflin for game number 3.
The Gladiators have to make their stand here, Miff, and I'm going to go back to something you had said yesterday, and this is going to be put to the test in this game, which is that you had mentioned that you like Athena so much in some of those drafts, and specifically it was when the Wardens were
the
playing.
difficulty that Johnny's got ahead of him.
Now we can see Jake playing aggressive. Kiermi is rotated in. It's going to get spotted out. The shield dealt with. The horse gone. Now Spudio is actually in a good spot because Jake does not get the pluck, and now, in fact, the taunt pulls him in. Damage is there, but you've already used the snipe, so now it's going to be Johnny going in. Doesn't have the chase down that he thinks, but with the ult down, oh no, the chain just off the mark, but you've got backup, you've got Kha'Zix, and everybody over here. One more shot from the Taiko Drums gets one, but now Jengaru comes in, home, sweet home, 1-for-1 trade in the duo lane and trying to make it a little further. You need some damage, and you found it. Spudio taken down, double kill for the mid laner on the Gladiator. As much as you possibly can hold on to it, or as long as you can possibly hold on to it. Julio. And Johnny gonna contest cooldown and maybe contest Kana here. They go for the damage. You've got the Athena. There's the taunt. There's the damage. Exactly what you were calling for and exactly how they needed to do it. A second one on the board for Hex MAMBO.
And the only way to stop that exact play from happening on repeat is to put pressure on the map and force a defensive defender of Olympus.
Across a lot of wards going for the purple buff. Johnny, Kha'Zix, Rapio, Jengaru, Spudio. All of them going to be over here, making their rotations to the duo lane. Snoopy and the 1v1, now 2v1. Spudio's got to play carefully, has to make it up to this guy. Can't quite get there. Good shot from Snoopy, but it's 1-for-1. The carries are all done. Johnny trying to get the job done, open up what he can, needs one more hit onto Kiermi, is able to find it. Palau doesn't even need the pull, falls back, stays safe, stays alive, and gets out of there one more time. 2-for-1 trade, and Hex MAMBO come out on top.
Kha'Zix still has the ultimate, has it charged now, going for Rapio. Jake goes for the pull-in, but gets dunked on in exchange. Jengaru, not enough damage to secure the kill. Rapio, sub 100 HP. Johnny had opportunity to get involved in that beacon fight. Instead, hovers the jungle as Kha'Zix tossed in once more and dropped real low. Just avoids the body block.
Slow was good, and they keep him locked down. A lot of ults get used to chase him, though. 3 down on the side of the Gladiators. Rapio even able to turn some damage around. Johnny looking for Jengaru in the back, gets a lot of damage out there, and is now looking for just the Palau shots, lands, needs the slashes, finds it, but this time around, he's gonna get taken down. Kill for the Gladiators makes it 2-for-1.
Yeah, Hex MAMBO not exactly matching the grouping from the Gilded Gladiators here, who've been stacked as 5 for a good long while. Spudio, eyes for Snoopy, and he's hitting hard.
Yeah, Snoop, oh my
Snoop,
God.
run!
They're the same level. He was doing the same damage that he was when Spudio was up by 3 last time around. Spudio just smacking him. It's dominance versus execution. That's the only real difference here.
Yeah, plus the additional attack speed from the second ability.
Walks in and takes it. Kha'Zix is rotated around. Taunt onto Kiermi. Forces the beats. That's going to be massive. You have to imagine the control Jake in a bad spot, forced to use his ult just to disengage. Kha'Zix, though, what is he waiting on? He's waiting for this lizard to pop out, taunt, good damage there, and they take down the support. Now, Rapio in trouble, killed off Kiermi, making sure to go massive on the joust fields. Damage spread all the way around, and Spudio finds the last hit necessary, but takes a lot of hits in the process. Johnny makes sure they had to split their attention, and yet, even though they lose Rapio, managed to peel everybody else out of there for Hex MAMBO. They fall back. Gladiators play the objective. Go for the Fury.
Fury dropped low. Only one nearby to defend us immediately. Learned his lesson from the last rotation of damage. But the Gilded Gladiators, having burned Kha'Zix's ultimate, can now pull the Pyromancer as well.
Johnny nearby, Julio, as well as Rapio stepping up. Pyro's getting low, goes over to the Gladiators. They're looking for something else. They're going to go for kills. They're going to take care of Kana. They're looking for Kiermi. If they can wrap him up, this could be an early Fire Giant. They've already got rid of 2, and they're looking for a 3rd. Jake, no ult, nothing to keep him safe except for that blink. Creates some distance, knocks him out. You've got so many over on the right, but you don't have Spudio. So despite the objective potential, looks like they're not going to be there.
This is one of the best looks we've had at them at the 16-minute mark.
Kiermi, taunted, beats, used. Chasing down Rapio, misses a lot of the damage, and now Rapio's got backup. Palau comes out, and guess who doesn't have beads? You're pulled in, you're killed off. Double the kills now for Hex Mambo, 12-6. And it is the 1-1-9 for Johnny as they find Kiermi and put him in the ground.
Yeah, Johnny's done so much to facilitate the team here.
The neutral objectives, the Fury, the Pyromancer, they went to the Gladiators. Now, take that in mind, keep that in mind, as right now not only are they trying to fight back, actually finding a kill on Spudio. I was going to mention the 1,000 gold lead for Hex Mambo, but that is a massive kill. Kiermi and Snoopy combining to find that one. Now, the fight of the beacon maybe going a little awry without your carry. You've got to play this carefully. Jake goes in, Jake gets a pluck onto Johnny, helps put him down, and now the chase is on, the kills are there. Kha'Zix, dash, good enough to separate things. Julio's on the other side of the planet. You don't have to worry too much about it. Kiermi, yeah, he's going to go for the chase anyway. Finds that tier 1 pressure in mid. And the Gladiators midpoint, and that just means who's going to step up. You had mentioned it, Spudio. Ult available. Snipes actually might be the best secure on the map. Kana's going to go for the zone, but he is getting shredded. Oh my god, the damage. Low. If he gets taunted in now. Snipes coming out. Gladiators get themselves the FG. Everybody's incredibly low, and Julio is going to play Janitor, looking for the cleanup crew, and he's already got 2 put down in the ground. A 3rd about to follow. Spudio, Rapio put themselves together to take care of Kana. It's Jangaru and Jake left alive, and look, Julio, Kha'Zix deep in the jungle that the Mambos are about to apply.
Tier 2 on right taken. Tier 1 in mid likely survives, but Pyromancer should go down here between Rapio and Spudio. Julio distracts the Gilded Gladiators, who are now rotating over towards the left-hand side. If Julio gets knocked down, Gilded Gladiators' significant grouping might get them the Gold Fury.
They're doing their best. This Nike not making it easy. There's going to be the ult, the slow. You might need a little bit more than that. Joustfields come out. There's the kill, and it's right on top of the Fury. So Gladiators started up immediately. Beacon unable to be captured there by Hex Mambo. And it's been standing for a few minutes. That they're supposed to be the team that's down right now. That they're supposed to be the team that's defending. No, they're going to play aggressive. It's Kana who gets pulled in. Kana who's getting absolutely shredded. Johnny trying to lead the way. Tycho drums, barrels are there. And the kill onto Kana finally rolls through. Now, the opening, the slow. Julio with the ult back up spreads that all around. And they are chasing down into the tier 2. No regard for their own lives because they're going to find even more in kills. Rapio has lost his, but it is 3 already gone on the Gladiators. A 4th with Jake disappearing. Johnny barely manages to survive one more time, but Kiermi in mid has to run as his team dies around him.
The Gilded Gladiators have enforced this scrappy pace, but Hex Mambo have met them everywhere on the map, just fighting back and forth.
Start up the Pyromancer and see what they can do while they have a little bit of leeway. Kha'Zix goes in for the dash. They've got the burn onto Kana. While they chase this down, let's listen in.
Can we go on left? Can you me, Kos?
Yeah. I'm ulting Julio. I'm hitting Sobek. Sobek 1. Sobek's 1 HP.
Arthur no beats.
I'm kinda low here. Sobek 1 HP.
Just go Pyro.
Yeah, heal up.
Pyro and reset, I think.
Maybe reset straight.
Sobek 1 HP. They get rid of Kana. Kiermi maybe going in a little too late. Low health bars on Hex Mambo. They have to play cautiously. Runic Bomb picked up by Snoopy. It looks like the rest of the team's going to fall back. Some pings coming out, and if Johnny can get in here, or if you get a good taunt like that, you pull someone in. Kana just absolutely decimated, slowed down Julio, going for a little more, gets the smackdown, laid down, puts Kana in the ground now, chasing off Snoopy on the right and zoning for a lot. It's a split fight for Hex Mambo, but they got everything they need. The 2 side lanes just taken out.
Hex Mambo, just rinse, repeat. Let me find Kana. I'll hit him with the taunt. Yo, Rapio, you got your 2-1 up. I don't even need your ultimate. And that's 50% of his HP each time. Kana is not tanky enough to create space for the Gilded Gladiators, and Hex Mambo can deal with either of the frontliners. Even Jake now, I think, squishy enough that if both Rapio and Spudio are hitting him, I mean, they just knock him down.
Jake just trying to do whatever he can. Unable to do any of it. Now Kiermy, Johnny, 1v1. It's not going to be a 1v1 for long. Johnny is just holding you here. Up onto the Palau. Shots are good. Spudio gets the kill, and that is staggered out 50 seconds without Kiermy. Kana coming back, Snoopy coming back, but it's going to be a perpetual 4v5, and if you're not careful on this defense, it'll just keep cycling. You got to play cautious. Has been met with Spudio and Rapio going, cool, bet, and then just throwing everything
Finally, an easy target. Yo, Kha'Zix, you got taunt. I don't feel like aiming anymore, and it's just going to continue to work. Mid Phoenix off the board. Minion wave already starting to leak forward. Julio in the front line, and he's not concerned about it. Jay could land the pluck on Julio, and I think he just walks out or serves up to Gilded Gladiators.
Well, best news for the Gladiators. The Titans are about to start marching, and they're going to be on right. Oh my god, Kana's just deleted. Kiermy gonna be taken down. He barely makes it back to the Phoenix line, but it's not going to matter. The chase is forward with the Titan. It started to move, so you're going to have to kill it twice here. Once to reset and once to get the job done, but you've got the deicide. You've ended the Gladiators season, and if you are Hex Mambo, you're going to march into the Titan room, and you're going to send yourselves to Worlds.
7 times in a row. It happens to Kana, and he never learns his lesson. Again, walks up to the Phoenix line.